Today is Sunday, the 22nd day of the month of Muharram, the first month in Islamic calendar, the fourth one. In bracket, the month of September 2019 CE, Christian era. But it is lamentable that a lot of Muslims do not even know we are now in a new Islamic era. To me, this is, to say the least, lamentable. We are expected to know we are into our new Islamic era, because that represents part of our civilizational sensitivities. Each and every human being must possess 5 things. They are saying there are 5 characterizing qualities outlining the human personality. Number 1, genealogical factor. Number 2, linguistical factor. Number 3, historical factor. And number 4, religious, and then 5, civilizational. It's part of our historical, civilizational, and religious factors to know our way of Islamic calculation. But how many of you will quote Islamic calendar when your marriage is coming up? You quote the Gregorian calendar verbatim, leaving hours to the tail end. هذا لا ينبغي أن يكون. لا ينبغي أن يكون. So just to remind all of us. You see, Sayyidina Abu Bakr as-Siddiq, when people said a lot about him, what did he say? He said, Allahumma ja'alni khairan mimma yadhunnun. وَقِنِي شَرَّ مَا لَا يَعْلَمُونَ وَلَا تُؤَخِذْنِي بِمَا يَقُولُونَ. Oh Allah, do make me better than their expectation. Do not take me to account on what they have said. Preserve me against the evil of myself which they do not know. Ibn Taymiyyah al-Harrani Dimashqi, who was born 661 and died 728, said what? He said, Ana lastu bi shay, wala minni shay, wala li shay. I am nobody and I have nothing. Mark you, don't be carried away by people's encomiums on you. أهل مكة أدرى بشعابها. The dwellers of Mecca know the crannies and corners of Mecca than others. بس محمد بن عثمان طالب العلم المسكين الفقير. This topic is timely, relevantly timely. The Islamic perspective on the domains of learning. But before then, let me draw your attention that if you want to have a proper learning, you should have what I've been saying. You must maintain this acronym. Most of the Kairis, that is M, you have to be motivated. I've been saying this. I started here. You have to be motivated. A learning process, you have to be motivated. Whether cognitively, affectively, or whatever, psychomotor-wise. First, you have to be motivated. Motivation is an important tool in galvanizing you to the terrain of learning and knowledge acquisition. You have to be motivated. Motivation is from without and from within. If your father asks you to go and learn, that is motivation from without. If you have seen your friend making high heights, that is being motivated internally. Am I communicating? Am I? Oh, learning should be organized. You don't learn in a disorganized format. University system is professionally, skillfully organized. So, utilize it properly. That is MO. More. Most of Kairis, then SU, supervision. For learning to be efficient, adequate, that learning should be supervised. Supervision is very important. Even your mother supervises you. That is why Your supervisor is appointed by a committee of professors, academic scholars, scholarly scholars to supervise your output. So you need MO motivation or organization SU supervision. MOSUP, P participation. Any reasonable academic pursuit has to be participatory in nature. You can't learn in an isolation. That is MOSUP. S supervision, P participation. C cooperation. Learning process is reciprocal in nature. The teacher should give you cooperation by coming to teach you. You at the receiving end should cooperate at the same time. Okay, so that should be important. Cooperation. A, attention. For you to learn, you have to be attentive. Attention is two-way traffic. Mental attention, if you like it, physical attention, and what? Spiritual attention. You have to be physically here and mentally here. So physically, you are here in the auditorium, but if mentally you are in Lafayette, you scarcely learn. So we call the duality of attention in learning processes. Most of Kai. A. E. Evaluation. Learning should be evaluated. In the science of hadith, for example, if a qala Rasulullah, we have to evaluate it. Like for example, the hadith that says go to China to learn is a weak hadith. It's not substantiated. It's a weak, shouldn't be quoted. You quote it only to warn people is never accepted. That is evaluation. Similarly, most of Kai are readiness. You have to be ready, age-wise. I, intention, the mother of invention. And finally, S, sincerity of purpose. Minus ikhlas, you cannot learn. You only crash land without achieving what has the chances of being achieved. This is just introduction to draw your attention to my topic of discussion. So be prepared, be ready, and I'm likely going to ask you. When I talk, I inquire. Are you guys ready? And if you want to learn, Al-Imam al-Shafi'i says, Al-ilmu saydun wal-kitabatu qayduhu qayyid siyudaka bil-hibal al-wafiqa فمن الحماقة أن تصيد غزالة وتتركها بين الخلائق جزاك الله خير طالقة. He says learning is like a game. You go and hunt an antelope, for example. You have to tie it down, otherwise it escapes. If you want to learn, you maintain it, reduce it to documentation. What is off documented is off written and assimilated. You see, the issue of Islamic perspective. What do we mean? Because I am trying to qualify the perspective as Islamic. In Islam, everything is an act of ibadah. If you know, you know. If you don't, you don't. You have to ask. Because Allah the Almighty tells us the rationale behind our existence. In Quran 51, 56, 7 and 8. He says, وَمَا خَلَقْتُ الْجِنَّ وَالْإِنسَ إِلَّا هُوَ لِيَعْبُدُونَ مَا أُرِيدُ مِنْهُمْ مِنْ رِزْقٍ وَمَا أُرِيدُ أَنْ يُطْعِمُونَ Inna Allah in ayah 58. And I have not created the jinn and men but for them to worship me. Who is that me? In this objective adjective. Who is that? Allah, me. Now it tells you ibadah in Islam is all encompassing. Learning processes, commercial activities, political ups and downs, all this should be characterized and punctuated by the do's and don'ts of the creator, the nourisher, the cherisher, the sustainer. That is Allahu Rabbuna wa Malikuna wa Khaliquna. So learning is as old as human existence. Talking about the taxonomies of Benjamin Bloom, this is something outlandish. Benjamin Bloom in 1956 came with his taxonomies: cognitive, affective, and psychomotor based way of learning. Before Bloom was born, Islamic learning was blooming for donkeys. So what are you telling me? First and foremost, we have to look at the nature of human existence. Our origin is from Adam and Hawa, his wife. Allah says in Quran 4:1-2, يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم الذي خلقكم من نفس واحدة وخلق منها زوجها وبث منهما رجالا كثيرا ونساء, to the end of the ayah. O ye mankind, keep your duty to Allah. That is ittaqu. Fear Allah, who created you from male and female. Here begins our long journey. We originated from man and female. And he told us that you are going to terrain on the face of the earth. وَلَكُمْ فِي الْأَرْضِ مُسْتَقَرٌ وَمَتَاعٌ إِلَى حِينٍ. Quran 2, verse number 36. In the same breath, Allah says in Quran 7:24, the same message. He also says in the same Quran, chapter 7, verse number 25, فِيهَا تَحْيَوْنَ وَفِيهَا تَمُوتُونَ وَمِنْهَا تُخْرَجُونَ. فِيهَا, this dhamir يعود إلى الأرض. On the face of the earth you are going to live. You are going to die and be engraved on the face of the earth. From it you are going to be quote and unquote excavated, to be degraded, to be brought out. So the place where we are going to live is on the face of the earth. So you can see from the time immemorial man has been undergoing learning processes. Get it well. Because Quran talks to you so that you cogitate, you ponder, you think about it seriously. Quran 38, ayah number 29, Allah says, Kitabun anzalnahu ilayka mubarakun liyadabbaru ayati. For you to think and ponder about it, the content, the meaning, and the like. So you can see this is the learning. Similarly, in Quran chapter number 20, ayah number 55, he says, مِنَا خَلَقْنَاكُمْ وَفِيهَا نُعِيدُكُمْ وَمِنْهَا نُخْرِجُكُمْ تَارَةً نُخْرَى. From the face of the earth we created you. One sha'ir says, خُلِقْتُ مِنَ التُّرَابِ فَصِرْتُ شَخْصًا تَعَلَّمْتُ الْفَصَاحَةَ فِي الْخِطَابِ وَعُدْتُ إِلَى التُّرَابِ فَصِرْتُ كَأَنِّي مَا خُلِقْتُ مِنَ التُّرَابِ. I was created from the dust and I learned how to talk and speak. Soon I was taken back to the mother earth. Allahu Akbar. As if I was never created out of it. That is your origin. That is your humble beginning. So you have to learn and know what you are learning and practice what you are learning. So this is an important part of my introduction, of my presentation. Again, in Islam, I told you everything should be given a touch of devotion. Our father Adam alayhi salam, Allah says, وَعَلَّمَ آدَمَ الْأَسْمَاءَ كُلَّهَا ثُمَّ عَرَضَهُمْ عَلَى الْمَلَائِكَةِ فَقَالَ أَنْبِئُونِي. So our father Adam was caused to know the name of some things. So if today you refuse to learn, you are breaking a line of lineage between you and your father. You have to learn. Okay, so learning process is very important. That is why our scholars were erudite in learning and writing. Take one good example. Ibn Taymiyyah, because of his cognitive power, agility, capacity, and encompassing nature, wrote no less than 500 books. Wonderful. At a time when no printing machines were there, you don't have MS Word, nothing like this, but he wrote. He was a human being. Human encyclopedia, you will see, human machine. 500 books. Fatawa Ibn Taymiyyah, how many volumes? 36 volumes. Cognitive power. You, unko? Okay. Al-Imam Ibn Asakir wrote about 80 volumes of Tariq Damascus. When I saw it, I said, wonderful. For me to read it is a big task, let alone writing it. Ibn al-Jawzi wrote about the same number. Al-Imam al-Suyuti, that Egyptian prolific writer, wrote Alfiya of Hadith in 5 days. 1,000 stanzas, 1,000 lines of poems. For example, أول ما نستفتح المقال بذكر حمد ربنا تعالى, like this one, 1,000 in 5 days. Wonderful. Their affective power, the cognitive and the psychomotor based kind of activities were held by Allah the Almighty. And you stand the chances of being held today if only you fear Allah. Allahu Akbar. He says in the book, ألفتها في الخمسة الأيام بقدرة المهيمن الألامي, in 5 days. He wrote 1,000 abiyat in 2 days on Alfiya. I mean on the knowledge of what? And now syntax. Uthman bin Fodi, rahmatullahi alayhi. Ibn Fodi died in the year 1815. Jihad was accomplished 1810. Am I correct? Dan Fodio, his son Muhammad Bello, his younger brother Abdullahi Nagondo Donga Balarabe House, as we say. They wrote books that are still in need of our attention academically. What are we doing? Do you think to be academically fit is just to have your paper? Yeah, it's good. It's an indicator of knowledge. But are we really cognitively okay, alert, functional and functioning? What are the retarding trends against your cognitive viability and activity? This were our scholars. They wrote, they walked. Ibn Hajar wrote. You take the 6 Al-Kutub al-Sitta, Sahih al-Bukhari, Sahih Muslim, Sunanu Abi Dawud, Sunanu Ibn Majah al-Qazwini, Sunan al-Tirmidhi, Sunan al-Nasa'i, Abu Abdurrahman Ahmad ibn Shu'ayb, these 6, and Muwatta before them. They wrote. They didn't go to the university the way we are going today. Yet, we are just hovering around what they had written. What kind of human beings were they? Were they any different from us? Anatomically speaking, I mean. Otherwise, there are many things there. Now, talking about 3 domains of learning, I told you the origin. Bloom and his friends in 1956, they said, brought this idea of understanding, learning process is all about 3 things. The cognitive part, affective, not effective, mark you, affective, and again, the psychomotor. What is cognition? It is part of my process. I ask, who can give me definition of cognition? Here. Can I see your hand? What is cognition? Or what is cognitive as an adjective? No answer, I guess. Here, what is cognition? It's part of my methods. I ask. To improve your cognitive what? Power swell. Here again, no answer. My sisters, what is cognition? Yes. Speak louder, quickly. The time is not that long. Will you give a microphone? Give it to her. I want the lecture to be kind of an interactive session. I talk, I ask you. Within 1 hour allotted to me. Yes, my sister, what is cognition? Come again.
Is the use of intellect or brain in order to find solutions to a given problem.
It's a list of. Oh, beautiful. That's the keyword I'm looking for. The use of intellect. It is a Jazakallah khair. It's a mental action. Simple. Use of intellect. Let me ask you, is intellect synonymous to common sense? Is every common sense common at all? Okay. So intellect is the preferred word here. Use your intellect, the power of your brain, to learn and understand. The activity of your brain to learn and assimilate. That is cognitive power. But affective talks about your emotion. Am I correct? Your feelings. If you are emotionally down, you hardly learn. Or your learning will be impaired. Psychomotor is the skill. The physical aspect. If you take a book, you are writing something. Whenever you are writing, these three parts are there. Using your hand is psychomotor based. The emotion shaping your writing process is what? Is affective. And the flow from your hippocampus, the hippocampus. What is hippocampus? In psychology, your hippocampus is your memory engine. If it is touched negatively, you are impaired. You suffer cognitive retardation. These three things, Quran talks about it. Before the coming of bloom, I told you. Read Quran, Surah number 38, Surah to Dawood, or Surah to Asad. Ayah 71 to 72. إذ قال ربك للملائكة إني خالق بشرا من طين فإذا سويته ونفخت فيه من روحي فقعوا له ساجدين. Allah said, when I told the angel that I am going to create man from the dust. So you have a dusty part. فإذا سويته. After I have fashioned man out, وَنَفَخْتُ فِيهِ مِنْ رُوحِي, and after I have blown into him of my spirit. So each and every human being has two parts. These two parts are the physical and spiritual component. These two come together to produce you. They are interwoven, intricately interwoven, inseparably interwoven. You have a physical material, if you like it, and then the spiritual. These two produce you. May I ask you, which of the two is better? Is spiritual or the physical one? Of course. Because man is by spiritual cleanliness, if you like it. It's a man and not by his physicality. Somebody may be physically attractive, a lady physically beautiful, but spiritually to the dustbin. Yeah. So they are saying, ليس الجمال بأثواب تزيننا. Come on. إن الجمال جمال الدين والأدب. Beauty is not physical appearance. It's not the clothes you wear. The actual beauty, what beautifies you, is your spiritual ascendancy. He says, Inna akramakum inda Allahi atqakum inna Allah alimun khabir. In Quran Surah number 49, ayah number 13. The base of you in the eyes of Allah is the base attitudinally, character-wise. Not your geography, your color, your whatever, your paper. So you can see, it has been there. So now, since we are from the dust, the dusty part is your physique, is your mental makeup, is your attitudinal representation. And spiritually, فَإِذَا سَوَّيْتُ وَنَفَخْتُ فِيهِ مِنْ رُوحِي. So you can see anything about cognitive, whatever is there in Islam, is captured there, amply maintained and captured. Okay? Any behavior of rascality, of animality, of diabolicality is not within, what is this? It should be condemned. Shouldn't be accepted. So from this beginning, you come to know already you have that with you. But now, they are saying, cognitively speaking, if you are weak, you can hardly learn. The ulama of hadith have a good principle that if a scholar is said to be suffering from cognitive retardation, which starts with what they call MCI, mild cognitive impairment, before dementia, they try to arrest it. So if such a scholar is believed not to be sound in his own thinking faculty, his hadith is judged weak hadith. Yeah. A good example, Abdullah ibn Lahia. This was a scholastic hadith scholar, but because his books got burnt in a conflagration, burnt. So he went back recalling hadith from his memory. But when the scholars came, they began to scrutinize. They found a lot of mistakes in the land. They say, from today, Ibn Lahia is no longer going to be reliable. Allahu Akbar. Previously, he was superb. But because of cognitive retardation, to tell you it has been there for quite a long time. Similarly, if he is morally backward, that is why your theme of today is very good. Reawakening our academic and moral what? Pursuits. That is good. So you can see the topic has been trending for donkey years before Bloom's taxonomies that he said in 1950s, like I've told you. Similarly, if you are given a hadith in a bad mood, don't give the hadith. Wait until you are emotionally stable. When your emotional terrain stabilizes, then you begin to give hadith. Otherwise, there are chances of you making a lie, saying something unsubstantiated. Okay? That is why I will tell you something. There are things I have looked at critically that cause cognitive retardation. Take your pen. They are O. Have you taken O? D or D. LA or Dila. SIN, sin or Dilasin. BE, Be or Dilasin Be. It's not the name of one Yoruba brother, Makio. It's just an example. Number one, what causes, let me start with cognitive part of it. What causes cognitive retardation in my reckoning A is O, old age. And that is true. Because Allah says in Surah Yasin, Surah number 36, ayah number 68, وَمَن نُعَمِّرْهُ نَنْكُسُ فِي الْخَلْقِ. In one qira'ah, نُنَكِّسُ فِي الْخَلْقِ. أَفَلَا يَقِلُونَ. Whoever we give him long life, we reduce him. Yeah. We reduce him. There is what they call the law of growth and decay. The older you are, the weaker you are. Very simple thing. The older you are, the weaker you are. Cognitively, affectively, and also physically. You buy your new car today, allow today and tomorrow on the car, you will see it parked aside. Ibn Durayd says, إن الجديدين إذا ما استوليا على الجديد أدنياه للبلا. He says there are two things that are always new. Those new things, if they pursue something new, they make sure that the newness is taken out from the new, then it makes him old. That is today and tomorrow. Al-yawm, al-layl, wal-nahar. Al-layl, they are two new things. So he says, Innal jadidaini idha mastawlaya alal jadidi nilbila. That is true. So day in, day out, your cognitive power can be reduced. That is why this is your prime age. Don't play ever, wallahi, with your youthfulness. Don't rascalize your youthfulness. Don't hooliganize your good age now. It will go away. The Hausa man says, in ka samu dama ka dama kar ta dame ka damu. That is true. That is true. In ka samu dama, maza maza ka dama, dan kar ta dame kuma ka zo ka damu. Use your opportunity. Now, you are young people, young sisters, growing, bubbling with good age. Wallahi, thank Allah for this opportunity. If you lose it completely. Before all it catches up with you, have your Quran memorized. You had the brother, they told you, your former Amir, memorize the book of Allah. You had Professor done for you. He read Quran. Part of what he has it. Maybe the whole of Quran he has it. You too can make it. I have been saying, there was a time I was going around Kaaba some 10 years back, doing my circumambulation in Kaaba. You know what happened? I was reciting from Surah Rum, Surah number 30, and I made a mistake. Because Al-Quran, إِنَّهُ لَكِتَابٌ عَزِيزٌ. My recitation was corrected from behind me. I looked. It was just a 13-year-old boy correcting bin Uthman from Nigeria. Who are you? It's the book of Allah. I said to him, oh, my small boy, أين تعلمت القرآن? I asked him. He was looking at me with his eyeglass. And he told me, I don't know Arabic. Look at my wonder. So the level of my wonder was increased. He told me, my mother has been teaching me the Quran. Over to you, my mothers. Over to you. It's a challenging challenge upon you. Teach your kid the Quran. So I am saying, that is the opportunity. They say an opportunity once lost can scarcely be restored. So O, old age. D, depression. If you are depressed and it keeps on recurring, it can negatively touch on your cognitivity. So try to do away with depressed and tense situations and stresses. Try. That is O, day. O, old age. Day, depression. Lasembe, L-A. L stands for laziness. You should not allow yourself to be put down by mental laziness. Try to create an activity to alert your cognitive power. So when I come to remedies, I will mention that, but let me say it quickly. Engage yourself in memorizing the book of Allah. It reawakens your cognitive power. Yeah. For example, get one ayah. إِنَّ الَّذِينَ قَالُوا رَبُّنَا اللَّهُ ثُمَّ اسْتَقَامُوا فَلَا خَوْفٌ عَلَيْهِمْ وَلَا هُمْ يَحْزَنُونَ. Repeat it. Repeat it 100 times. The power is augmented. Take one stanza. Okay? In Al-Bayquniya, for example. أولها الصحيح وهو متصل إسناده ولم يشذ أو يعل يرويه عدل ضابط مثله معتمد في لفظه ونقله. Repeat it. Our scholars are saying what is oft repeated is oft assimilated. Al-Imam al-Hakami in his compendium on hadith, get the book Al-Lu'lu' al-Makanun fi ahwal al-ahadisi wal-mutun. He says فلا يملنك ما تكرر لعله يحلو إذا تقرر. فلا يملنك ما تكرر Do not allow repetitive knowledge to be a source of nuisance to you. No. لَعَلَّهُ يَحَلُو إِذَا تَقَرَّرَ. Because if it is repeated, memorized, it becomes something beautiful for you. You quote it easily. That is, مَا تَكَرَّرَ تَقَرَّرَ. So do not be characterized by laziness. You don't read your book. The professors give you everything they shall give you. You don't read and you want to get it. You can't eat your cake and have it. You are going to be a victim of your lackadaisical laxity. You are LL, lackadaisical laxity. So you have to read. You should be what? Bookworm. Read. I am not saying to overread. Be moderate. There is underreading and overreading culture. وَابْتَغِي بَيْنَ ذَلِكَ سَبِيلًا. Read. If you are saturated, close the book. Won't have a sleep. So that is all old age. Depression. What again? L. Laziness. That is L-A. Simbe. Sinfulness. S-I-N. Don't commit sin. Wallahi billahi tallah. Sinful way of living is catastrophic. Mentally, cognitive wise or cognition wise, and on affective base are consideration. Try to do away with disobeying Allah. You see, when Bloom was talking, he never talked about sinfulness because maybe he was a kafir. He didn't recognize this. But we believe somebody committing zina. Hauzubillah. A lady going half naked in the name of freedom. What are you telling me? You smoke. You engage in rascality. The so-called beauty contest exhibition. What are you telling me? A Muslim. You drink. You become a liar. Arrogant person. You are envious. Pathological munafiq. How can you have good, well-functioning, unhindered cognitive power, affective power? Because Allah is the giver of these things. He says in Quran chapter number 14, verse number 7, وَإِذْ تَأَذَّنَ رَبُّكُمْ لَإِن شَكَرْتُمْ لَأَزِيدَنَّكُمْ وَلَإِن كَفَرْتُمْ إِنَّ عَذَابِي لَشَدِيدٌ. In the morning I gave a talk in the masjid I prayed this morning that if you have 6 things, Allah will give you 6 things. 6 for 6. One of these is Man u'tiya shukr u'tiya ziyada. Whoever is given shukr, Allah gives an increment. He quoted this ayah as Samarkandi, one out of this. So, sinfulness is bad. I will give an example. In the state of Jubek, you know Jubek? Ever heard of it? Jubek is a state in southern Sudan of today. Southern Sudan was carved out of what? The present Sudan. During the so-called liberation war, I say so-called, of John Garang, SPLA, SPLM, you know. The state were created in 2011, Southern Sudan. One of the states in Southern Sudan is called Jubek. It's around Juba, the capital city. The governor of that state, in the month of May this year, went to the president in the palace in the capital Juba. Mr. Salva Kiir is the president and the son. He told him, Your Excellency, my state of Jubek is going to make a legislation against disco, and it's a kafiri, that we are going to close all the beer parlors in my state. And to your knowledge, Your Excellency, anybody coming to an hotel should produce a document establishing marriage linkage. Otherwise, they will never be given access to the hotel. I say, Subhanallah, هذا كافر, هذا كافر, وشهد شاهد من أهلها. If he is a kafir, If it were to be a Muslim, oh, you'll hear many names. Terrorist, extremist, committing whatever. The point is, this is a kafir, but trying to keep away from disobeying God in his own understanding. The name of the governor is Mr. Agostino Wana. Does Agostino sound like Muhammad? But look at it. Then he said, because we fear for the future of our children. Imagine, now you are a Muslim, you drink, okay? You come to the jami'ar, you have girlfriends, you have boyfriends. It's not bad if it is done in a way and manner that are pleasing to Allah the Almighty. You have your magako here. Do you have magako? Yeah, you can contact marriage. You can try. There are good guys and good, what do you call guys, girls? You say guys? Okay, oh guys. Yes. Mr. Right, look for the hand of Mrs. Right and get married. And I want to tell you, the earlier the better for you. Believe you me. So sinfulness. Odesinla, be bad company. If you have bad company, there are chances of that bad company imparting on you negatively. Somebody is lazy, does not read, is of bad behavior. You befriend him. There is what we call the transfer of attitudinal training to the person befriending the guy. They are saying, tell me who your friends are, and I'm going to tell you who you are. So إذا كنت في قوم فصاحب خيارهم ولا تصحب الأرض فتردى مع الردي عن المرء لا تسأل وصل عن قرينه فكل قرين بالمقارن يقتدي. A friend acts and behaves like his friend. Or they say land B, or syllable then B, I say B, bad company, then E, economic backwardness. Yeah, it acts also negatively. This is a short for this. Now, how do we improve the cognitive power? After mentioning some of the causative agents, of course, affective power can also be touched negatively through lack of proper training by the parents. You see a mother almost emotionally charged, she is abusive, or the teacher is abusive. He rains character assassinating words on their children. God punish you. You will never be good. No, you are inflicting heavy damage on the emotional stability of your kid. And that can have negative eventual consequences on the mental and what? Affective fund. And Allah is going to ask you for that. He says, "Qu anfusakum wa ahlikum nara." Is it bad to tell your kid, my beloved one, I love you? Even your wife, tell her nice words. The wife of Abdullah ibn Ziyad. Ibn Ziyad died. You know what she said? She said, Wallahi inni la arju an taquma as-sa'a hatta ara wajhahu. I am asking Allah to quicken the coming of Al-Qiyamah so that I may see the face of my beloved husband. La ilaha illallah. Even beyond this world. Wa inni la arju min Allah أن تقوم الساعة حتى أرى وجه زوجي الذي مات قبلي. How I wish Allah will make Qiyamah to be established quickly so as for me to just catch a glimpse of his face. To tell you what? The emotional stability that characterized the matrimony. But today, you slap your wife. You denigrate her. You character assassinate her. You tell her nasty words. How do you expect? That will be transferred onto your kids. And a later day, it's going to affect their academic power one day. And you are going to be held responsible by Allah the Almighty. Don't be a liar. Don't be a cheat. The Prophet Muhammad said, Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, in the hadith of Abu Huraira in Al-Bukhari and Muslim. So the hadith is muttafaqun. Let me ask you a technical question. What is muttafaqun alayh? Who can answer me? What is muttafaqun alayh? Now? The time is gone up. What is muttafaqun alayh? Okay. You seem not to be forthcoming. Anyway. Al-muttafaqu alayh, according to the scholars of hadith, listen. They say, kullu hadithin ittafaqa ala takhrijihi al-Bukhari wa Muslimun an tariqi sahabin wahidin. You have to add this condition. Any hadith transmitted by Bukhari and Muslim through one sahabi, until this is added, it cannot be completely muttafaqun alayh. Take it again. Kullu hadithin ittafaqa ala takhrijihi al-Bukhari Muslim an tariqi sahabiyin what? Wahidin. Example, this hadith. He says, Laysa shadidu bisura'ah innama ash-shalladhi yamliku nafsahu what? In the Lord. He is not what? He is not courageous. Such a man that conquers people in a physical combat. He is not courageous. The courageous man is such a man controlling, suppressing his anger. When he is angry, he is flying into a rage. وَالْكَاذِمِينَ الْغَيْظِ وَالْعَافِينَ عَنِ النَّاسِ. That stabilizes your emotional confusion. If you're angry, sit down. Perform ablution. That is very important. So now I have mentioned some of the causes of these anomalies in human beings and some of the ways. Emotionally, try to be tolerant. Try to be accommodating. Try to be understanding. Try to be what? Faithful. As a leader, be accessible. The students should see you. Yeah, they have complaints. Don't say, no, I have no time. No. Be accessible. Give lavishly. Generosity should characterize you. Be a perpetual knowledge seeker. PKS, perpetual knowledge, beneficial knowledge seeker. Yes, beneficial. Be truthful. Understand people. Tolerate them. Be humble. Don't be arrogant. Don't cheat. As a teacher, teach, don't cheat. Teach, don't cheat. Somebody with a shop, try to sell the goods at the right price with your markup. No problem. These are things to shape your behavior. And they can positively tell on your cognitive power, emotional power, and of course, activity. Within the time remaining for me, somebody said, researches have shown, studies have proved that part of the way is out. That if you exercise your body regularly, exercising one's body are a potent weapon in arresting the nasty situation of cognitive retardation, emotional instability, and repairing the physical also instabilities. This has been established medically speaking. And they are saying any diet that contains omega-3 content, fish oil are also potent in fighting the early signs of cognitive, affective, other retardations. Similarly, do not eat any food containing added sugar. How? Yeah, they are saying any food containing excess sugar has a later day degenerating, consequential negative effect later. So be moderate. But let me ask you, you know dabino ba? Is dabino sweet? Date, is it sweet? Is the sweetness in the date added or naturally endowed? Beautiful. Now, somebody who is porridge, pura, he put little sugar. He said, no, it's not sweet. He adds more. He adds more until it becomes sweet more than the sweet itself. You are killing yourself slowly but surely. Don't tell me the age is on your side. No, be careful. The earlier the better. Me zuwa samaniya in ya takale da biredi ya rage hanya. Ko da yana kasa da kasa. So you have to be very, very careful. Similarly, they are saying you have to give your brain exercises. Let me ask you, if I tell you, this is very simple mathematics. 90 divided by Nsuk is 30. What is the numerical value of Nsuk? Very simple. So primary, so elementary thing, okay? Give your brain exercise. 90 to be divided by Nsuk gives you 30. What is the numerical value of Nsuk? 3. Because 30 goes to 90 how many times? Exercise your mental capacity. It helps. If in Hausa I tell you, repeat it now. You exercise your common sense. In Arabic, let me ask you. That helps you in shaping your academicality. You can write, you can speak, you exercise speaking English. How many of you can speak Arabic? Let me give you this puzzle. Those of you learning Arabic, is to you I am directing this challenge. Somebody says, لَقَدْ طَافَ عَبْدَ اللَّهِ بِالْبَيْتَ سَبْعَةً وَحَجَّ مِنَ النَّاسٌ كِرَامٌ أَفَاضِلُ. Grammatically correct? You are silent. لقد طاف عبد الله بالبيت سبعة وحج من الناس كرام أفاضل. Is that correct? لقد طاف عبد الله. He said no, it's incorrect grammatically because طاف فعل ماضي والفعل أجوف والهمزة ما هي الألف واو طاف يطوف طوافا. It is لقد طاف عبد الله, but it's correct. Our great scholar Sheikh Ibn Uthman, the Saudi scholar, said this and explained it. لَقَدْ طَافَ عَبْدَ اللَّهِ, to exercise your mental power. Abdullah, to Abdullah, طَافَ. So the fa'il should have alif there. It is muthanna if only you run Arabic language. So Abdullahi bil bayta. I know you will say it should bil bayti because al-jaru wal-majrur. It's not there. Bi ana البيت مفعول به منصوب بالفتحة وحج من الناس من الناس شو من الناس no من المشعر الناس. So I am saying, if you understand me well, you exercise your common sense. It helps you in strengthening the crookedness in your emotional terrain, cognitive terrain, and your physical external activities. Am I communicating? Similarly, I know the time is up. I will just conclude this speech by a hadith. Left to me, I will have quoted ayah 177 in surah number 2 in Al-Baqarah. But I'll just give you the general knowledge in the ayah. Go and recite it again. Take Quran, Al-Baqarah, ayah 177. Surah 2. Allah says, ليس البر أن تولوا وجوهكم قبل المشرق والمغرب جزاكم الله خير ولكن البر من آمن بالله number 1 واليوم الآخر والملائكة والكتاب والنبيين وآتى المال على حبه ذوي القربى واليتامى والمساكين وابن السبيل والسائلين وفي الرقاب وأقام الصلاة وآتى الزكاة والموفون بعهدهم إذا عاهدوا والصابرين في البأساء والضراء وحين البأس أولئك الذين صدقوا وأولئك هم المتقون. That is ayah 1 177 in Al-Baqarah. Translation, I will hold my breath. Go and look at it critically, analytically, systematically. That is going to add to the, what is going to to repair if there is any impairment concerning the cognitive, affective, and the psychomotor based problem. But the hadith, that is going to be the end, inshallah, of my discourse as a way out. But before then, if you want excellent academic activity, I gave you most of Kairis. Did I? Go and digest them. Don't be lazy. Choose the course that you know you can do. Attend your lectures regularly, punctually. Respect your teacher. Pray for him. If somebody teaches me, I value him throughout my life. I've been talking about Professor Al-Kafawi. I know what he taught me. Here in Keffi, more than 40 years back. All right. It's very important. One scholar says, "Man allamani harfan, a'tabiruhu aban li fi ddin." If you teach me a single letter, you are just like my father. That is our system of learning. Not to be pompous, arrogant, hydra-headed, you feel as if your head can touch the sky. Be humble. Humility claims you in the eyes of Allah the Almighty. Read the Luqmani Tarbiyah. Go and read chapter number 31, Surah Luqman, from ayah number 12, 13 down to 19. You will see 10 beautiful advices given by Luqman to his son. This can shape you, can better you for eternity. وَإِذْ قَالَ لُقْمَانُ لِابْنِهِ وَهُوَ يَعِظُهُ. Go and read it. But my hadith is in Sunan al-Tirmidhi. As I read, you read after me. Say it. قال رسول الله قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم اتق المحارم تكن أعبد الناس. Say it. Say it again. I want you to be cognitively active, emotionally resounding, physically what? Trending. Combine the three. Take it again. اتق المحارم تكن أعبد الناس وارض بما قسم الله لك. Take it again. وارض بما قسم الله لك تكن أغنى الناس. يا سلام. Then he says وأحسن إلى جارك تكن مؤمنا وأحب للناس ما تحب لنفسك تكن مسلما ولا تكثر الضحك فإن كثرة الضحك تميت القلب. Who has memorized it? Why I had the tea? Wallah, I promise, if you can give me this as verbatim in my library, books a lot were sent to us from Al-Quran University in Mecca, written by Professor Ahmad Ghamidi, who is now late. The book is scholarly, artistically written in replying the Shias. The book is very important. It's never in the market. If you can bring the hadith as I quoted, when I get back to Kano, I promise to send the book to you. So I am going to repeat because I want you to get the book. I will repeat it 3 times. You can claim the book. This is my, you have it, number 1. MashaAllah, MashaAllah. Only 1. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. Only 1. 2. MashaAllah, MashaAllah. 1, 2. 3. 3. Yes, here, sisters. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Okay. Yes, my brother. Give him the mic. Quickly. Quickly, time is up. Okay. Yeah. Is the mic working at all? Is it working? Oh God. Okay, say it loudly because of time factor. Okay.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم
اللهم صل وسلم عليه.
اتق المهارم تكن عبد الناس
لا
أعبد الناس
تكن
أعبد الناس
جزاكم الله خيرا.
وارجع بما قسم الله لك وتكسر الطهر تميت القلب.
لا يا سلام. Yes, right. Isn't it? Who else, please? Jazakallah khair, my brother, for the good attempt. Okay. Time factor. Okay. Yeah.
أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم
اللهم صل وسلم عليه.
أحسن إلى جارك وتحسن إلى الناس.
لا يا أخي الكريم، يعني كأنك قصدت المكان الأقدم الأول بعد الأول. جزاكم الله خير. Remember اتقي المحارم. اتقي المحارم.
قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم اتقي المحارم.
يا سلام. Next, yes, quickly please, quickly.
قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم
اللهم صل وسلم عليه.
اتقي المحارم وتكن أعبد الناس.
جزاك الله خير.
وارض بما قسم الله لك تكن أغنى الناس.
جزاك الله خير.
وأحسن إلى جارك تكن مؤمنا.
بارك الله فيك.
ولا تكثر البغي.
لا. نعم. جزاك الله خير.
ولا تكثر البغي فإن كثرة البغي تريد.
Say Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. But let me seek the interference of the chairman of the sitting. Sir, should he be given the book, sir? Professor, he has to judge. If he says, say, and I'm going to send the book to you, should he be given, sir? I mean, has he scored what I need? Should he be given the book? It appears from the smile on their faces, you deserve the book. Allahu Akbar. That is how you create, you improve, you keep rolling the ball of cognitive activity. All right? Even though you have some hiccups, but that notwithstanding, my sisters, you are the mothers, none of you. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi. Astaghfirullah. None of you? Okay. The hadith quickly says, translation, the mark of it. Translation. Look, this hadith, wallahi, if you look at it critically, if you analyze it intellectually, based on the understanding of the scholars of hadith, you come out with a kind of a working document for your life. Cognitively, effectively, and the rest. You may not need any kind of a ism you have in the Western education. To me, there is no education Western. I disagree. But I believe there is Western mentality. There is Western ideology. I don't believe there is anything called Western education. You can disagree with me. You are at liberty, but I'm telling my mind. What the Western people did, we call it epistemicides. Yeah, to some extent, epistemicide. killing the knowledge. You know genocide, you have the herbicide, you have genocide, you have the infant, so you have epistemology. So they did a great job in killing our educational system. So they are culprit for Islamic or Muslim epistemological sciences. But it's our own fault to some extent. Similarly, they can be accused of what we call linguisticide. A good example, you hear a lot of us saying, Wallahi in the Najibabu service ni. What is service in Hausa? Wallahi naga missed call inka. What is missed call in Hausa? You can't do otherwise. Kawai ka tafi a haka shikenan. Inda zan ce da kai na sai waya wadda take da shudin haƙori, zaka fahimce ni? Shudin haƙori Bluetooth ba shine Bluetooth ba? Sai ka shekara 100 kana faɗa ba mai gane ka. You can't help it. Just say Bluetooth. Even the Arabs are saying Bluetooth. That's all. They are saying Bluetooth and miscallat. I am saying nothing called Western education. But you can take something good there, leave what is bad. So learn it, be proficient in it, try to act accordingly. So finally, the Prophet says, Ittaqil maharima, fear the forbidden things. Fear things forbidden. Takun a'badan nas. You will be the most devoted of people in the eyes of Allah. Wallahi al-azim. Anything forbidden, keep from it. It helps you cognitively, whatever. Number one. Number two, warda bima qasama Allahu laka takun aghna nas. Be contented with what Allah has given unto you. You will be okay. You don't have to worry about somebody earning 100 million naira a month. You are earning only 10,000. Your time will come if Allah has decided for you. That is number two. Number three, wa ahsin ila jarika takun mu'mina. Show goodness to your neighbor and you'll be a true believer. Even a non-Muslim, be of good character to him. Perchance your attitude calls into Islam. And number four, وَأَحِبَّ لِلنَّاسِ مَا تُحِبُّ لِنَفْسِكَ تَكُنْ مُسْلِمًا. Love for the people, with a definite article. Love for the people, what? That which love for yourself. You will be a true Muslim. And finally, do not laugh excessively, hysterically. Hysterical laughter deadens the heart. It makes your heart dead. That is everything about cognitive whatever. If your mind is dead, you cannot understand, you are finished. So do not laugh excessively. Excessively here can be understood in the life of your lifestyle. Try and laugh moderately. You are laughing, you don't know when you're going to die. What is going to be your grave like? You are going to be eaten by the worm. They are going to bathe you at your death. They are going to put you in the shroud. They take you to the qabr. The Malik is going to your grave and ask you. You are going to receive your account either by right or left hand. You don't know all this. Are you going to cross Sirat peacefully or in the pieces? You don't know all this. Laughing for what? Laugh as a gentleman, as a good lady, not hysterically, satanically, and in a way and manner that resembles the way of the kafirun. Subhana rabbika rabbil izzati amma yasifun, wa salamun ala al-mursalin, walhamdulillahi rabbil alamin, wa salamu alaykum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
That is Dr. Sheikh Uthman Kano. I'm directed to inform you that you can watch this online at somebodyhausa.com or you can download it later. Somebodyhausa.com. You can download the full video of this lecture at somebodyhausa.com. That is the lecture by